Good afternoon. It's a pleasure for me to welcome the members of the graduating class of 2020, along with your families and your many supporters on our faculty and staff who are here with us today on this extraordinary virtual gathering. On behalf of the entire St. Andrews community, let me be the first to congratulate the class of 2020 on reaching this remarkable point in your educational careers. While it is a time of celebration, we also recognize just how disappointing and frustrating the past few weeks have been for you in this last semester of your senior year. Our faculty and staff share in your grief and your sense of dislocation in not being able to finish your last days of St. Andrews celebrating tomorrow night what would have been your senior dinner, joining together at baccalaureate that would have occurred on Saturday, and then walking across the lake behind the strains of the bagpipe music as your families waited on the DeTamble Library Terrace to cheer you on as you cross the stage at commencement, like every class that has done before you. We also feel your sadness that you must be feeling at not being able to say properly goodbye in person to your classmates and to faculty members who've been so important to your college experience. But you know, amidst this strange mixture of sadness and great accomplishment, let me dispel a short narrative that's gone around about your generation that you've proven not to be true today. Some pundits say that Gen Z, your generation, is risk averse, anxious, lack the wherewithal to be resilient to adversity, but they really don't know what they're talking about. Think about this, friends. You have faced adversity all of your young lives, and you've stood up to it and you've persevered. You were born in the shadow of tragedy of 9/11. You grew up in your earliest years during the worst recession since the Depression. Many of you arrived on this campus 4 years ago just in time for Hurricane Matthew, and then you've suffered through Hurricane Florence 2 years later. And now here you are, your senior year, and you're hit with a worldwide flu pandemic. I would say that you've been tested with adversity in your early lives in ways that those of us who came before you never had to endure in our college experience. And you can be proud of the fact that you persevered, you thrived, you succeeded through it all and accomplished this important milestone that we're here today to celebrate and to congratulate you on a job well done. We're proud to call you graduates of St. Andrews University. We're proud to call you alumni of St. Andrews. Congratulations to the class of 2020.
On behalf of the class of the faculty at St. Andrews, I want to say congratulations too to the class of 2020. We are so very proud of you. And it has been a joy to be a part of your journey from your first year here, from your first year as a transfer student, to this moment as graduating senior or MBA graduate. I took a walk across the lake just a little while ago, and as I walked, I carried with me a list of your names, the names that I was looking forward to reading at the typical graduation ceremony at St. Andrews. I read those names. I thought about each one of you. I pictured your faces, and I rejoiced in who you are and who you will become. Like Paul, I celebrate your hard work, your dedication, your resilience, your creativity, your ability to adapt to new challenges. Today, you have reached a significant milestone, and there is a very exciting future ahead for each one of you. I ask you to keep in touch with your professors. We miss you already. We've been missing our students for these past weeks. We will be excited to hear about your new jobs, your graduate school plans, the many wonderful ways which you will begin to make a living and to make a meaningful life. In just a few weeks, you will receive a special graduation package from St. Andrews. And included in that package will be this St. Andrews Class of 2020 t-shirt. I hope you will wear this t-shirt with pride and fond memories of a very special time and place, a place that you made more special by your presence. Thank you for your contributions to the St. Andrews community. Congratulations on a job well done, and I look forward to reading each of your names sometime in the future as we celebrate again. Congratulations, Class of 2020.
Congratulations. Hi, my name is Catherine Evans, and I am the Director of Career and Vocational Services. And just wanted to remind you that we want to know what your future plans are. And if you're still trying to decide what those might be, we do have the resources here to assist you. So you received an email that had a link to a graduation survey. If you would please take 5 minutes to complete that information. We use that for our institutional research, also for our data collection from the institution. It lets us know your feedback of the services and the offices that provided those services while you were here. But we also use it when we talk to families who are considering St. Andrews. They want to know what students are doing in your major and in your field. And so we highly value that information. So we have some fun giveaways you can see on the screen. We'll do a drawing soon. So if you wouldn't mind completing that information, letting us know where you're going or what your plans are, and we'd be happy to follow up with you on that. We also provide information if you're still looking for an opportunity. So we can help with resumes, cover letters, job application processes, connecting you with alumni in different industries, but also connecting you on LinkedIn and trying to make sure that your experiences after St. Andrews are successful and exciting. So with that, just wanted to say congratulations from all of us in Laurinburg to you, and I have a special guest.
Congratulations again, seniors. Best of luck.
Thank you. Take care.
Hi guys, my name is Alex Farisco and I am the Director of Alumni Relations at St. Andrews. I just wanted to say a quick welcome to the Alumni Association. We hope that you will stay in touch with the Alumni Office by updating us on your endeavors after graduation and by participating in different alumni activities, whether they are at a distance or if you come back to campus. If you ever need to contact the Alumni Office, you can find our information on the school website under the Alumni tab. And we also wanted to make sure to invite you back to 2 main events we have coming up this year. We'll have our homecoming event this fall, where we'll have several alumni-related activities. And then, of course, we want to welcome you back to campus next spring in April of 2021 for our annual Alumni Weekend. We want to wish you the best of luck in your future, and remember that just because your journey as a student at St. Andrews may be over, it doesn't mean that you won't continue to be a part of the St. Andrews community. Thank you, guys.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? If for the parents and family who don't know me, I'm Nathaniel Blackwell. I'm the SGA president for 2020. First and foremost, I'd just like to say that I'd like to thank the faculty and staff who are working back at St. Andrews continuously, working very hard to make this event happen and to keep the semester rolling. You guys' effort and the time that you guys are putting in, it's noticed, and we appreciate you guys allowing us to be able to complete this milestone in our life. To the class of 2020, I want to thank you all for taking time out of your day to participate in this event. While this event isn't the most favorable means for how we'd like to join as a larger Knights community, it is an honor to still be able to join you all in a ceremony that's focused on celebrating the achievements of this resilient and powerful graduating class. In our 4 short years here at St. Andrews, we have experienced several challenges and setbacks that were out of our control, but nonetheless, we have all been able to learn and adapt to those circumstances in order to succeed in our personal fields of study and achieve a bachelor's or master's degree through it all. One truth about St. Andrews is that anyone's perspective about the world and their place in it can be changed if they allow themselves the opportunity to be challenged in thought and in action. My first night living in Concord 201, I didn't know I would eventually run for SGA president or participate in a play every single year. I had no clue that I would meet some of my closest friends here that have perspectives from all around the world, but I know for a fact I would never have had that opportunity had I never given St. Andrews a chance. By putting my all into making this school the best it could be with all the resources offered to me, I was able to experience some of the most life-changing events I'd ever be a part of. While it was not always a straight path to achieving this degree, I have learned countless lessons from my professors, mentors, advisors throughout my time here, and I can't thank them enough for always challenging me to write better papers, read harder books, and take on new tasks and harder challenges. Every big shot I ever got to lead came with a little bit of fear that I'd fail and let a lot of people down, but the leadership at this school was always dedicated to helping me to develop those necessary skills in order to succeed and move on to bigger and better opportunities. I will never forget the memories I made in the lively city of Laurinburg, North Carolina. Memories like leaving Farrago or orange parties with a little tone deaf and claustrophobic, or studying through the entire night to try and pass an 8 a.m. anatomy test for Dr. Niesel. The hundreds of dollars I've spent on late night cookout runs and the pointless trips to Walmart because one of my friends wanted to try something. No matter what point I look back on, the struggles and successes were always 10 times easier to get through with the friends I made around me and the teammates I'd go to battle with any day. The last thought I'll leave you all with is a simple reminder that the path to success never gets easier, you just get better. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2020.
Good evening, and congratulations, seniors. You did it. Some of you may be graduating summa cum laude, some of you may be graduating magna cum laude, and some of you cum laude. And then there are some of you out there that are going to be graduating with what I call thank you laude. All right, but all of you did it, and you're now graduates and SAU alumni. Throughout your life, everyone has talked about your voice. When you were little, maybe your parents or your grandparents talked about only using your inside voice when you were inside. When you were in elementary school, your teachers often told you to sit down, be quiet, and don't use your voice unless they ask you a question. Maybe you were a lot like this one little girl who came home with a warning from her teachers about using her voice and talking too much. And when her dad questioned her about it and told her, you know, you can only use your voice when the teacher's not talking, she replied, but Daddy, she talks all the time. Here at St. Andrews, we've always encouraged you to develop a unique voice and to use it. You've used it with oral communication and written communication in your classes. You've used it in plays, in the theater, in chorus, in the student government, on your sports teams, with your horses, on your competitions. So many ways that you've developed a unique voice. And now it's time to begin a new journey where you'll be using that voice in your careers, in your communities, and in the world. We know you're ready. So what I want you to do, graduates, is to close your eyes. Yes, close your eyes and listen. I'm now handing you a magic paintbrush. And this paintbrush is going to be used, and I want you to think about, not right this moment, but 5 years from now, 10 years from now, and 20 years from now. And if you could be anything or anybody, what would you take that magic paintbrush in your hand and paint that picture in your mind? Who would that be? What would that look like? You got it in your mind? Lock it in and use your voice to go out and get it. Now you can open your eyes and share some of those thoughts with us in the chat room if you'd like, of what you would like to be, what your dream is, what your passion is in your career in 5 years, in 10 years, and in 20 years. 2 days ago, April 28th, was called Pay It Forward Day. It's a worldwide celebration of kindness and goodness in your heart. Everyone's talked about it being a tough last couple of months for yourself, your family, your friends, for the faculty and your SAU support staff, your communities, and the world. But in spite of all of that, you are here today. You're graduating, and there is much to celebrate. You are SAU strong, and beyond using your voice for yourself, you have the opportunity to use that voice in your communities and in the world. So once again, I'm going to ask you to close your eyes, and I'm going to give you back the magic paintbrush. And I want you to listen to that voice inside. It's that inner voice that tells you what you're passionate about and what you might be doing in your community 5 years, 10 years, or even 20 years from now. How will you pay it forward in your community? And then I want you to think about the world. What are you going to do to make a difference in the world? How can you use, what is that inner voice telling you that you're passionate about? What will you do in 5 or 10 or 20 years? One of our 2018 graduates used his passion and voice to set up an international aquatics program to teach children to swim in Africa. What will your voice lead you to? Again, I challenge you, get in the chat room, tell us what you're imagining, tell us what you'd like to do. Go to the chat room and write it down. But more importantly, I want you to email me your thoughts. bernhardte@sa.edu. That's BERNHARDTE@sa.edu. You know why I want that? Because I want to take your thoughts about your career, your community, the world, where you're going to be in 5 or 10 or 20 years, and I'm going to put it in a time capsule. It will be the class of 2020's time capsule. And when you come back on your 5th or your 10th or your 20th year reunion, you'll have a good time enjoying looking back at the dreams that you had when you were about to graduate from St. Andrews. But don't wait 5 or 10 or 15 or 20 years to get back with us. Hey, we've got a lot of things that are going on in the near future. We have a parent-family weekend that'll be going on October 24th. And tentatively, that's been set aside as a time to have your graduation ceremony here on campus, 9 a.m. on that Saturday. There's a football game later in the day that you can enjoy to celebrate your graduation with. Alex mentioned homecoming. That's scheduled for the weekend of November 14th. That same weekend, there is a football game, there's the oyster roast out at the barn, and there's an equestrian competition. There'll be lots of good things going on that weekend for homecoming. December 5th, we're looking to do a 5K race and a dog walk if running is not your thing. And we'll do that in conjunction with Christmas on the Main in Laurinburg. Our spring alumni weekend is in April, usually the 3rd weekend. And in May, on May 9th at 9 a.m., we'll have our spring commencement. And you are also invited to participate in that. Please stay in touch. We want to hear from you and see you frequently. We are your SAU family, and we are so very proud of you. So congratulations, class of 2020. Here's to you.
Let his loyal son and daughter proudly stand and raise the chorus from all Scotia's lofty lands to Carolina's gentle plain. Now by your roaring St. Andrews, may thy courage be unbending, guided by God's mighty hand, whose loving mercy